I've said many times that ChatGPT knows lots of things, but doesn't understand anything. In this video, I'll explain what I mean by understanding using a simple example. You'll see the specific features of human understanding and how current AI falls short. But you'll also see why AI with real understanding may not be as far-fetched as many people think, possibly just a few years away. I'm Charles Simon, longtime AI researcher, software developer, and manager. In addition to AI work, I've developed software for several neurological test instruments and neural simulators, and along the way learned a lot about the capabilities and limitations of biological neurons and how your brain must work to do the things it does. I founded the Future AI Society to pursue these ideas, and we're writing many aspects of them in the open source Brain Simulator 3, and I invite you to participate. So let's take a simple idea. Balls can roll. What does it mean to understand this statement? I'll describe understanding in terms of what a person does. Then we'll extrapolate to AI. First, you can integrate your knowledge. You interpret what you learn in terms of everything else you know. A rolling ball fits into your network of experience. Physics, sports, toys, gravity, all connected. Second, you generalize from a few examples. You can see one or two rolling balls and know the pattern. If it rolls, it might be a ball. It doesn't matter if it's orange or yellow, you extract the principle. Third, you recognize both similarities and differences. A basketball and a tennis ball are both balls, but they are clearly not the same. You notice categories and uniqueness. Next, you understand object persistence. The ball continues to exist whether or not it's rolling. Its motion changes, but the ball remains. Which leads to a concept of time. You know that the ball wasn't rolling, then it rolled, then it stopped. Some qualities change over time, others don't. Part of your understanding is your perception and memory of previous states. Then comes cause and effect. What makes a ball roll? A push, a slope, wind? You understand the conditions and consequences. Your memory of previous states allows you to anticipate future states. Which brings us to your mental model. You are not only aware of your immediate surroundings with physical objects and their positions and actions, you can imagine the ball rolling before it happens. You can simulate things in your mind, at least somewhat. And you can act on that imagination. You know how to cause the ball to roll. You can change reality based on your actions. This requires a concept of yourself. You distinguish yourself from everything else. You push the ball rolls. And finally, this requires an overall concept of reality. You operate in a coherent world where balls, time, causality, and agency all coexist and make sense together. So where does this leave artificial intelligence? Understanding, real understanding, requires all these elements: integration, generalization, object permanence, time, cause and effect, mental models, agency, and selfhood. Today's AI can do some of these things, but others are completely absent. For example, ChatGPT has no internal mental model. It doesn't simulate the world. It doesn't imagine, but that can change. Boston Dynamics robots, for instance, already operate using internal models of their surroundings. Primitive but real. And here's the kicker. None of this requires language. You can understand how balls roll without words. Later, you might describe it using language, but the understanding came first. Could ChatGPT have understanding added in? Understanding is clearly distinct from language and appears that you started with understanding as a child, then you added language to express that understanding. On the other hand, if you start with language the way ChatGPT does, adding understanding may prove extremely difficult. As we continue to add these missing pieces to AI, it will start to look like it understands, and eventually it may functionally understand just like we do. Will that be real understanding or just simulated? That's a philosophical question. But from a practical standpoint, once AI can reason with models, time, causality, and agency, once it can do what we do, it won't matter whether we call it understanding or not. It will be smart enough to change everything. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Future AI Society for free to take part in online conversations and participate in our open source software development. And as always, thanks for watching.